Are you undercharging, overperforming, and still doing you're not doing enough? If you are one of those women entrepreneurs that feel the same, you're not alone. Many women entrepreneurs, they have this struggle that they are very talented, they are overperforming their promise, they are undercharging, and they feel they are not doing enough, and more or less they are not earning enough. Why do women undervalue themselves? We will understand that, and we will today resolve this big issue. So first thing is, we are conditioned to be modest. We are women. Women need to be humble. Women need to be very sophisticated, modest, polite. These are some super tags which are associated with us, and we try to deliver this expectation. So what happens कि जब हमारी बारी आती है ना, when it comes to charging our own skills, we shrink. We think, oh, लोग क्या सोचेंगे? She's greedy. She is not following the principles कि लालच बुरी बला है. She is charging for her services. We feel like we are begging in front of someone, right? And that's where the problem lies. We feel that if we charge for our services, it's like too much. We should keep the price low. But here's the truth. You can be kind and still you can be charging. See how to do that. The second thing, we will understand more of it, then we will understand how to do this. Okay, second thing, we confuse it with self-worth. We confuse self-worth with the market worth. What happens? Every service or every product in this world has got some value, right? That product or service is delivering some value to your customers. That is why they are buying, obviously. Now what happens when it comes to charging our own services? We feel that, oh, will people pay me so much money? Will I be able to deliver what I am promising? We doubt ourselves. And you know what? This doubt reflects in our body language, it reflects in our conversations. Now what happens? You will definitely get people who will negotiate with you in this case. Why? Because you are not confident about your own worth and you are confusing your worth with the market worth. Rather, you should not doubt your service, you should actually charge according to your market value of the product. Okay. Third thing which we do often is we do so much for free. Now what is the problem in that? Providing free service once in a lifetime is good because we understand, we have to do it for the marketing purpose. But if we are doing it quite often, if we are doing it too much, then it is not good. How does that happen? You don't do it intentionally, right? But what happens? You will get people talking like this. Can you help me with this? I just need a little advice. The little advice goes on for 1 hour, isn't it? Sounds familiar, right? So if these things are happening with you, set up a system where they are supposed to book a consultation call with you before you providing them your little advice. Okay. Another problem is that, whenever we deliver some product or some service, we fear of people judging us and we fear of failure. So think about whenever there is a little voice coming from your inside which is saying that, hey Divya, what will people think? You're charging too much for this service. No, rather my service has got some value in the market. Okay. So now we will understand how to resolve these issues. Because these issues might be very small issues, but they are impacting your business. Okay, so number 1, know your numbers. Numbers means if let us say I am manufacturing these colors. Okay, however, these are not mine, but I should know cost by cost how much this color is costing me. Okay, how much time do I have to spend on manufacturing? How much time I have to spend on my team, how much are the salaries of my team? We should know the numbers, what exactly is the cost of the product. Same goes with services. If you are into consultation like me, so what you have to think of, how much time you are giving to your client. If you have not given that time to your client, where would you have spent that time and how much would you have earned. That also is an opportunity cost of your product, or of your service. So you have to charge for that, and you have to make sure that cost is recovered. Okay. Then what are your expenses? Your manufacturing cost, your overhead cost. You have to total that, divide by the number of products, or in case of service, divide by the number of hours you are giving to your clients, and then see what is your math, how much value do you get. This is one way. Another way is, what change are you bringing in your client's life or in business. Okay, if you are bringing very good change, then that product, that service need to have some value. Okay, second thing, practice saying your price. Okay, you know what happens whenever we are about to tell price, we give extra explanation. You know what, my consultation is 2000 rupees, but you know what, I am giving some discount. This is just the starting of my business, right? So I am giving out some offers. If this is your script, you are talking too much about your price. My consultation is 2000 rupees. If you want to book this consultation, go visit this link. That much. Yes, of course, if you are running an offer, you can show them, okay, my consultation is 2000 rupees, but for next 2 days I am running with an offer where I am giving 10% off. You can go ahead on this link and book your consultation. So practice saying your price. It takes time, but it will come in practice. Another thing, if someone you feel is into too much of negotiation, you have to say humbly no. Yes, I would love to work with you, but my package starts with 10,000 rupees. My package starts with 5,000 rupees, whatever is your price. And no need of extra explanation or discount or something. Just your price, with grace and with confidence. Say it and leave it to the customer. Yes, of course, the customer will give you objections. That's a good sign. You resolve their objections, ask them a lot of questions, and it will turn into your deal. Third thing you can do is surround yourself with growth-oriented women. See, there is a very famous saying ki if you want to calculate your own income, your own prospective income, you calculate the income of your friends and make it take out an average. That is your income. So if you really want to earn more, surround yourself with good women who are earning good, who have good mindset, who are growth-oriented. They will automatically take you along with their journey. Okay, so you also will grow automatically. Fourth thing you can do is create an abundance mindset ritual. This is what I have heard. I have been doing on and off, frankly speaking, but it works. If it works, even if I am not regular in this, imagine if we become regular in this ritual, how good it will be. Okay, so you and me, we promise that we will follow this ritual. What are the rituals? You listen to motivational videos, listen to podcasts. Instead of spending time on Netflix too much, you can spend time on podcasts, you can spend time on biographies, you can journal your thoughts, you can write affirmations. गांधी जी बोलते थे ना, बुरा मत सुनो, बुरा मत देखो, बुरा मत बोलो, right? So I say the opposite. अच्छा सुनो, अच्छा बोलो, अच्छा देखो. Okay, listen good, speak good, see good. And you will obviously become a good person. So when you become a good person by your mindset, you tend to grow. So this is all about this video. In case you are looking forward for my consultation, I will leave the booking link below. There is always a pre-call which is free. I give before the main consultation. Main consultation is charged obviously. But you can go ahead, book a pre-call, see how your roadmap will be defined, and then you can take a call or booking a consultation with me. Till then, see you. Bye.